up, get your game on, and he gon' bag it up. Y'all know what mooch on, mooch and crap, mooch and crap, mooch and crap, mooch and crap. It's that time to get ready for the M&C Show. Grab your coffee or your liquor, cause we ready to roll. They talking games, custom gadgets, and you already know. Dial that number, leave them questions, and away they go. Be a pony or a bot, the truth be it don't matter. We just gamers talking games, not those drama queens matters. So let's talk about gaming, news, leaks, and reviews. This a fan show on whatever topic y'all choose. True Xbox fans, and y'all know we bleed green. Yet we got every console we can play, everything. Got that Forza, got that Halo, got that Fallout, got that Kratos, got that Zelda, got that Spidey, got that AC, got it Ike, mooch and crap. And crap, mooch and crap, mooch and crap. We just talking about games, no drama. That's how we do. M&C stays a show just for the people. Nostalgia is a hell of a drug to be a fiend to. Gaming is the #1 hobby we all keen to. Mooch and crap, bringing gaming opinions and facts. M&C is back on the map. It's the best for show, and that's that. It's M&C, it's M&C, it's mooch and crap. It's mooch and crap. M&C is back. M&C is back. It's back. It's back. And y'all already know.
Welcome to the M&C Show, and we are live.
Fingers crossed, because this is it's so weird. Welcome to the M&C Show. Like, we really appreciate you guys coming in and stopping by today. We're a little bit later than normal. If you guys are just joining us, like and share it out. A little bit of sort of some of the funnier bits of the show is this, right? So we can't actually hear the theme song as it's playing in the morning, right? We can't hear that on our end unless we listen to the live stream coming out, right, Mooch?
Yeah, until now everything's great.
Yeah,
but now we can hear it. So I'm hearing two different things because I got it on the front. I'm hoping that's not echoing, but it looks like it wasn't.
I heard the whole thing. It was fantastic,
yeah,
crap.
No echo.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
What is going on, Mooch? Happy Father's Day, my friend. How are you doing?
Appreciate it, buddy. And right back to you and good day. Happy Father's Day to you and everybody else that's in the chat and listening later, guys out there. It's a great day, and the show must go on, crap. Doesn't matter the holiday, right?
Yeah, exactly. The show must go on. We got a lot of people here. Hopefully, you guys will, tweet it out and like it and subscribe if you haven't already. What a fantastic week it's been. E3 in the books. A lot of things to be excited about. I gotta say, I'm very excited about the future, what we're gonna be getting.
You should be.
Yeah, I know. You know what? A lot of people probably think that we are down on it or whatever. I think that there's a lot to be excited about in terms of what Microsoft will be doing. Some people, you know what? A lot of the people seem to be happy. So who am I to bring down their happiness? You know what I mean? Just for me personally, I'm hoping that we see something soon. Maybe next year, right, Mooch?
Maybe next year, crap.
Maybe next year. But until then, man, I'm just gonna kind of chill and game and play some games and have some fun. And hopefully, everybody else is gonna do the same thing, because it is a very exciting time. And there was a lot of cool announcements and stuff like that.
Even the post shows, crap. We've been saying that for a couple of years now. Like the E3 show itself is fantastic. The stage presence fantastic. That's the big to do. But if you're really wanting to get in the know, it's all these post interviews and post shows that go on for the next 4 to 5 days after the stage show.
Yeah, I agree 100%. So for me, a lot of it was interesting to see some of the more positive things for the Microsoft show, like some of the media and stuff like that. Like I said, the Colin Moriarty thing, he was pretty high on the Xbox show. I went back and listened to it again, because what happens is when we were watching it live, we can't have the sound playing. So I was watching with the closed caption. But when I went back and watched it again, it was interesting. The crowd seems into it for the most part, except for the PC parts. But other than that, I thought it was they really did a good job, and it was kind of well done and well put together. And good for them. It was a well produced show, I think. I'm just not sure that it was a show for me personally. It's something that I was a huge fan of, but hopefully
it was a very well produced show, crap. I just think that it honestly, I don't know if it hit all the fan categories. And I mean, look at the rumors and what people were talking about 2-3 weeks leading up to it. It was Mech Assault, Perfect Dark, seeing all these other games that kind of be brought back up.
Banjo-Kazooie.
Right. Which, I mean, to myself personally, that not being there didn't affect me. It didn't bother me.
Yeah.
I didn't care if those came or not. Myself personally, I just wanted to have 2 new IP, and we didn't get that. That was one thing.
But you got Bleeding Edge.
Listen, I watched a few videos on it. I mean, crap.
People seem high on it, but
they seem high on it. I think it'll be fine. I think that with the majority of people would actually finally succumb to, even the real positive folks out there, is that this game is going to be polished. It's going to play well. But at the same time, I don't think it doesn't itch that scratch that the Xbox, I think, community as a whole's wanted. Like, my point is you'll play it, you'll try it. Same thing we were saying on Crossfire on Friday when Clowns was really, really adamant, and so was Xbot, about playing Battletoads. And crap, you know as well as I know, we're both. I'll speak for myself, but I'm really speaking for you too here. We're gonna play Battletoads.
Oh, hell yeah,
absolutely, and we'll be a statistic, and we'll be part of the reported Game Pass numbers. But I mean,
7.22 million.
Yes,
played
absolutely.
Battletoads, right? Like,
right.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah,
right. You know what I mean? While feeding their fish, and I mean, realistically, yeah, all kinds of different stats will be out there. But I mean, realistically, that's not necessarily what we wanted to see on the big stage. That's what I was trying to kind of get my point across on Friday, was that I think the games they showed were great.
Yeah,
but they would have been great in between other big titles, and where the real disappointment came for me, and then we'll move on to the next thing, is just I just wish we saw some Gears 5 gameplay. That would have been the icing on the cake. That would have made it for me.
If I had any complaining, Gears does look like it's going to be fire. It looks like it's going to be really, really good. So, Gear and Rod and them, I trust those guys. So they're doing a good job with that. I really feel that. I'm with you though. I wish that they would have been able to get something in there in terms of gameplay. I wanted to see some multiplayer. Are you going to try and take place? Do like the tech test and stuff like that?
No. I don't need to do that. Why would I need to do the tech test? That game's going to be just fine. And I mean, I'll be honest with you. I want to be excited for that game. I really, really do. Yeah. I don't need to go in there and play, a couple of episodes of Escape, or go in there and maybe just get a little teaser of the campaign. I have Ultimate Game Pass crap. So I'm going to be able to play it 4 days earlier or whatever it is, like you are, and most people that subscribe for that $1, and I'll get to enjoy it then. I mean, if you said, hey, listen, now you are talking about the Gears one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because there is a Bleeding. Now, I'll tell you this much crap. There is a Bleeding Edge, I believe, beta coming out, or something to that effect. I believe the end of this month or the end of July, whichever. That one I would actually try out. You know why? It's so far out. That game's not coming out till 2020, I believe. With that being said, that would be something that I would try since it's so far out. But Gears is just around the corner. I'll give Rod the benefit of the doubt and his team. It's going to be absolute fire. So I'm not really worried about Gears. I mean, you feel the need? You have to jump in?
I like to test out the multiplayer because there's just certain things that I like to see. I want to make sure that the Lancer and everything is working good, and the shotgun, that the Nasher is working good, and there's nothing that's like too OP. Otherwise, you kind of go into it blind, and then you just get messed up, because a lot of the hardcore gamers are going to be playing on that anyway. So for me personally, I would like to see if I could get in there as well. So, I don't know. I want to pay some bills real quick. Double Glazing says, great show, guys. Keep those gaming news coming. Appreciate it very much. We got WR Cup in there. Please share it out. Definitely appreciate it. You guys are all great. And, I think that it's been a crazy week, man. I've been having such a good time, though. And you know what? Some of the games like that Avengers game, the Gears 5, I would have loved to see some gameplay from Halo Infinite, too. I'm not going to lie.
Absolutely.
But, overall, what was some of the games at the show that really took you by surprise? Maybe the Bethesda stuff, or maybe something from Square or Ubisoft. What was it that maybe surprised you a bit?
So the surprise for me, since I've been so down on Watch Dogs 1 and 2, is
Watch
how
Dogs
much
3, right?
I'm interested in it. Sometimes I think when it comes to Ubisoft games, it takes a while to get Mooch kind of interested or intrigued. And I'll give you another example, Assassin's Creed, right? So since the early days of Assassin's Creed, I haven't played anymore. I just stopped. To me, it looked like a copy-paste. And I told you guys over the summer, and I'll be starting up. As soon as I finish, I actually was playing a good amount of Days Gone this morning. As soon as I get done with Days Gone, I'm starting Assassin's Creed Odyssey. So because they finally, in my eyes, and from what I've seen and what I've read, Assassin's Creed Odyssey is the Assassin's Creed for Mooch. It's calling me back to the series. So that being said, getting back to your question, the reason that Watch Dogs 3, if you are, is it Watch Dogs Legion? That is something that is very unique. I like how you can control up I don't know if the number is facetious or they're just kidding around. 9 million NPCs that you can take control of. They have permadeath. Yeah. I like that kind of stuff.
You know, I bet here's the thing, because when I saw that, I'm like, okay, that sounds cool, but something tells me that they're going to have maybe 25 different story like types or whatever, or maybe 15 types. So you can play as anybody, but I would assume that a lot of those people share the same type of story or whatever.
Absolutely.
But I do like that you do like the granny stuff or whatever. I think that that's really cool. And I told you, if you can get I don't know if you have Watch Dogs 2.
I don't
play. It's fun. It's one of the most fun games I've ever had, and I remember just having a really good time with it. And it was just a lot of crazy fun. You know, I mean, I get that it was like hipsters or whatever, but to me,
Xbox
I just
having a sale right now. Crap.
Yeah, they are. I think tomorrow.
I gotta look. I know Xbox and Sony are both having their, I don't know if they're summer sale or
the
what
days of play for Sony.
Yeah,
that's theirs.
It's a big
whatever the heck
Sony
that
too.
is.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
but
so
I will look into it. I know that the Watch Dogs 2, I believe last time it was on sale, I believe the entire game was $14 or something like that. Not the gold edition. Then you're still up near 30. So I'd have to look into that. But yeah, maybe I will. Or maybe I'll just look at my inbox and somebody will gift me a great game. But who knows? You never know, crap. Hashtag mooching on Father's Day.
Yes. Hey, hook it up, man. I tell you what, Mooch, you're a lot more into it today than I thought you would be, because me and you were both. You were like, hey, you DM me, you go, get in here, and it was like 2 minutes till showtime, and I was like, I'm on my way. I literally had closed my eyes. I was gonna take like a power nap.
I did that at like 12, and then I was like, if I do that, I'm done.
Yeah, I was like, I got it because I was up late, and then I had to get up and work. Yeah, and then I had to get up and work, and so. Here I am, and we're here live doing the show, man. And like always, and Sully, how are you doing, man? What did you think of E3? A lot of the fans want to know.
Well, E3 wasn't bad. There's a lot of games that surprised me. Like what do you call that? The Watchdog Legions. Yeah, I love that. That's day one for me. Bethesda's conference, Ghostwire. That one kind of intrigued me as well. There's a bunch of games that came out and surprised me. Phantasy Star and all that. I was shocked that was coming to Xbox again. So, yeah, it was a good conference. But I just wish for more gameplay. Everybody's asking for more gameplay. That's the thing. So, it was a decent conference.
What happened to the day and age of gameplay, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, they're saying, buddy, there was that article crap that came out. We touched on it on Friday, basically, saying that the developers are now feeling like they don't want to reveal too much gameplay or any in certain categories because of criticism.
Yeah.
Too early. And I get, listen, if you're not ready to show the game, don't show the game.
Yeah.
But you can't, I really feel personally, and if people want to defend the other, everyone's always defending the other side of the coin. But I don't feel if your game's coming out within 6 months that you shouldn't show any gameplay. I mean, that's absurd. It's absolutely mind-blowing. I don't care what the reason is. It sounds like smoke and mirrors to me. I mean, you can't say my game's coming out in 3 months. I want to keep the campaign wrapped up as a secret. Why would people buy it, right? You have to entice them. You have to intrigue. Like McDonald's has a new burger coming out. They're advertising it weeks in advance. Don't forget to come again. McRib came back. They had to tell people, right? You can't have the guy behind you in line being like, hey, the McRib's back. Who are you?
Yeah.
Who's this guy?
Who is he? He's telling you about the McRib. That's who he is.
He's either got to be dressed as Ronald or he's got to have a McDonald's some kind of employee tag. Otherwise, I don't want anything to do with it. It's McDonald's job to tell me about the McRib coming back.
Yeah.
So it's Microsoft's job to tell me about Gears 5. I don't know. Why do I, as a consumer, have to do all this follow-up and read-up?
Yeah, it was like when I asked, right? And like because I had watched the original Xbox conference, and then, as you know, I'm gone. Like, I was out of the loop. I had to watch the other conferences kind of on demand to kind of catch up. And I was surprised because I was like, does anybody know if Microsoft ended up showing any Gears 5 footage? And everybody's like, no, but, they're planning on showing it on like the 4th or whatever it was. Right. And I was just like, I'm not really sure that's going to work for me. You know what I mean? I was a little bit disappointed in that. But overall, like, the game still looks good, and I trust Rod and company, so I think it'll probably be fine. And just at the end of the day, I think that all they had to do will show a little bit of that campaign,
Right?
And it probably would have, because they're talking about how much it changed and how different it is, and then they're not really showing anything different yet. So that was my only concern, but it's really not much of a concern, to be honest with you, because I think it'll be it'll be fine long term, in my opinion. You know what I mean? And I'm excited to see what they can do with it. So I'm very excited. So I enjoyed E3. I miss Sony.
So did Phil.
Yeah.
Apparently, I don't know.
I saw that.
Yeah.
That was funny.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, listen, here's the thing. Without Sony, there's not really that emphasis on the surprise. Did you notice that? Like, there was a couple little surprises here and there, but Watch Dogs 3 kind of leaked. We knew that was coming.
Right.
The Avengers thing, they announced that ahead of time.
Yeah.
What came out, or there was a surprise to anybody, really? I don't know if there was a surprise. And so Sony realistically is that one company that kind of has that surprise. Well, I guess Banjo-Kazooie being in Smash was a bit of a surprise. But other than that, not much. And I think that people maybe were expecting a little bit, I miss Sony. You know, look, even if you're not a huge Sony fan, they at least have usually some kind of surprise, right?
I think we've summed this up a couple of times, Crap. I think Nintendo, Microsoft, and Sony all have to be there. I got news for you. Take next year, for example. If Microsoft didn't go, it also feels like there's a void.
Yeah,
you know?
I feel like they all need to be there. You needed to have Activision there. You needed to have Sony there. You needed everybody there, and I guess it just didn't feel as fulfilling, I guess, as it normally does.
Right.
I'm just kind of just a little bit just honest. Just didn't feel as good. Whether you're a Sony fan or not, it just didn't feel like E3 as much to me. Plus we didn't get to cover it, right? So there was that. You know. Hold on. Warren says, "Hey, Crap, have you seen the article about Destiny 2 on Stadia won't allow crossplay with PC?
I did see that.
That's going to affect the game and others if the player base is small." Well,
I think that's here's the thing. First of all, so Bungie rep came out. I kind of followed up on the story a little bit, Crap. Bungie rep came out and said that they're still wanting and willing to do this cross save with PC and Stadia. But I guess it's something on the Google end, something with Stadia, if I read it correctly. If I didn't, please do correct me. So basically, he said it's something we could change in a heartbeat. It's just something that has to be worked out and negotiated. I think if the communities in plural, that being the PC and the newly founded Stadia community that seems to be building up, if that happens and there's enough push, then Destiny will. As far as if it stays the way it is, Crap, myself personally, I am currently playing on Xbox One.
Yeah.
So when I am going to go on the road, whatever the cross save function is, I will when I'm home. I'm not going to be playing Stadia when I'm home. I'm going to be playing on my Xbox. So I'll be playing my Destiny 2 on my Xbox like I am now, and then I'll just transfer the save to Stadia. So this is a PC problem, not a console problem. So for me, the consumer that I am buying into Stadia, I'm not going to be transferring. See, to me, PC and Stadia are one and the same, and especially with Xcloud around the corner. So for me, it was about consoles cross-save to Stadia. That's a me thing. I could be wrong. So I really do think, just like when Sony wasn't supposed to be in this cross-save thing, remember the day before it was announced, Sony was still we haven't heard back from them yet?
Yeah.
I think that before this thing launches and before Google goes live with Stadia, I bet you that Destiny 2 thing is worked out. I can almost guarantee it. There's going to be enough pushback from both sides.
Yeah, you know what? I think you're probably right. I have to wonder because, like I said, I was listening. Everybody that knows me, like Mooch, I tell you this. I drive for. Hey, what's up, Yobi, man? Really appreciate it. Always happy to see you stop by, man. One of the good people in the community.
Outstanding.
Such a great person. Yeah. So, I drive 3 hours a day. So I have a lot of time to listen to podcasts and stuff like that, right? And so what I was doing was I was listening to some Colin Moriarty, stuff like that. You guys know him from Kind of Funny and things. And he had some really good takes on like Stadia and stuff. And he basically was like, he doesn't hope it fails, but he doesn't see how it can succeed given that it's only giving you one option, right? Like it's not giving you the options like Xbox and PlayStation are, right? It's just giving you the one. It's like stream or nothing, Right. So I feel like he's right. that's probably doomed to kind of fail. Then he also was mentioning how, Google has this site, or there's this site that lists all Google's failures, and apparently there's like a crap ton of them. So he says that he bets that that'll be on Stadia, will be on there within the next year or two. So I'm not sold on it either. Like I feel like it's I think it's probably too soon, to be honest.
Which one's that? Well, you're not sold on
Stadia. Stadia.
Listen, I made you a promise, Crap. I'm not going to. I'm giving information on the consensus of why I picked up. When people ask, well, why did you pick it up? I've given my reason. I can do it again. I will not sell Crap or Gadang or anybody. That's not. I don't. I think it's too early of a tech. I'm trying to get in on this thing on the ground level because I also question people. That's fine. If you think Stadia is not going to be big, that's fine. But the same people that are rah and cheerleading on Stadia, you also have to question the people that are saying Stadia is just dead already. I just don't see Google doing what I know. People are like, well, Mooch, in 12 months, Google's just out. If they don't hit this threshold, they're just out. I really think that they're going to be around for a bit here. You know what I mean? And it's just, to be honest with you, I think it's going to be decent tech. The question is how much usage are people? Crap, we've been saying this. Streaming games on the go is an option, and it will be only an option. It's not going to be a solid number one source of gaming for quite some time. Yeah. So the question is, who will win? And I think when it comes to Xcloud and Stadia, it's going to be HD DVD versus Blu-ray, and we're going to find out which one sticks. I don't know if there's room for 2 or 3 of these streaming devices. I think there's really only going to be one mega parent company doing it. I think Xbox has, and we know this as Xbox fans, right? And I want to shout out to Project XI in a second because I've been replying to him, but it's a lot easier to talk to him than typing. But I think Xcloud has the advantage, Crap, because of the first-party studios, Game Pass. You could fill in all the blanks, right? They've just got more. They've got much more of a richer history than Google jumping in. But that's to be said for any company that just starts up. And Google's not trying to have, at this point, 7 of their own studios, Crap. They can go out and take third-party games and do what the Epic Game Store is doing. And let me tell you something. You may say that doesn't matter. It doesn't mean anything to you guys. But once you have one of your a beloved third party that's a must play, and you find out that it's exclusive to Stadia, I'm telling you, it's a game changer. And Google's got the money to do it because these publishers and these devs are going to ask top dollar. Now, does that mean it's going to happen? I can't tell you that. I truly feel like that's Google's only chance of playing in this game coming in so late is to grab things by exclusive, Crap, and it worked for Epic.
I mean, they could, yeah, but I just feel like, only giving people the one option, I don't feel like that's going to be something that a lot of people are going to be sold on. I do feel like they probably got something that seems like it works. I don't know if it works as much as, as what Microsoft is trying to do, but I do just feel like, it's just one of those things where Microsoft has a little bit better plan where it's like, you can do the stuff even, if you're a customer of theirs, it looks like you're going to be able to just take advantage of using the Xcloud and remote play. Like you can remote play and you already have a library, most people, right? So I think people forget that sometimes. If you're already an Xbox owner or whatever, then you already have that library there with you, right? So I think that's something that's really cool as well. So with Stadia, you've got to rebuild your library all the way from the top down.
Well, let's discuss that for a second, Crap. Do I? I don't, because in the case of anything coming out new, that's where we would start. I like Watch Dogs 3. Let's say this is a bad example because this isn't happening with this game. Watch Dogs 3 gives me exclusive content on Stadia. Well, I as a consumer can now make a decision. Is it worth me paying the $60 and getting that extra content? I'll go over there. That doesn't set me back. And even if I had Watch Dogs 1 and 2 on Xbox, that doesn't affect me. So, I mean, you're talking about things that are kind of like, what is it there? Destiny or Division 2. Yes, in those cases, if the cross-save thing doesn't work, that would set you back. But realistically, I don't think that affects most people moving forward. They'll just start purchasing the new games that come out a la carte.
Yeah, I mean, it could, but I just feel like most people right now, if you're a gamer and you're a console gamer, you already have your kind of thing set up. You already have your games there. Hey, everybody, hit the like button. Let's get over 100. Yobi, he goes to hell with Stadia. I agree, man. He says, I'm committed to Xbox, Nintendo, and Sony. Peace, love, life. Happy Father's Day, Mooch Gadang, and all the other gaming fathers out there. Xcloud is the future. I'll be at E3 2020. Man, that's some incentive to go right there, Mooch.
It is incentive. I'd love to hang out with Yobi. Honestly,
hell yeah, dude. That would be a lot of fun. I saw a lot of people there. I saw a lot of pundits. I gotta say, one of the most interesting people to see his take on this stuff is Worrywart. Shout out to that guy. He had some interesting takes that I thought were pretty funny about people at E3. I'm not really going to get into it, but it was something along the lines of, you know, people at E3 act like they're rock stars or something like that. But I would just want to go just to kind of see some of the stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I don't particularly care, you know, about, hey, let me go meet Aaron Greenberg. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Okay.
Well, I mean, it's part of the experience. I get it. When you're there, you're definitely going to go up, shake hands, see everybody. Next year, if Sony's there and you see somebody there and you happen to be in line, they're about 10 feet away, you say, hey, what's up? What's going on? I mean, I get that whole thing. I see that. Myself, personally, I think next year is going to be a lot of fun because it's a hardware, software, just extravaganza, you know? So, and I got to be honest with you, and I know, shout out to Yobi, shout out to Noof Nukem, boom, kaboom, he's in the room. Boom, boom, boom. But the point of the matter is that we're not going to get many more console releases. And don't freak out. Don't everybody freak out. Maybe there's going to be another console after this. So 7 years from now, we'll have another one. I get it. I totally do. But I think
they're setting this up for an extended console cycle this time, to be honest with you. I think they're future-proofing with streaming and up to 8K and 120 frames per second. I think they're future-proofing us for right now. I think that's exactly what they're doing.
Absolutely what they're doing.
I don't think we're going to get mid-gen upgrades this time. I think we're going to get what we get is either, no. I don't think so. I think what we're going to get is what we're going to get, because why advertise 8K, right now, if and then 8K is not even really a good point.
Well, you know what's funny?
They're thinking that it's going to be a thing maybe halfway through or a little bit past, you know what I'm saying, through the generation.
Right. Well, I got news for you. I don't know if you guys have been watching any AMC TV at all lately, but every other commercial is the QLED 8K they're advertising. Now, I realize that's not within financial reach for just about 99.9.
How much is that thing?
Well, they definitely don't put the price on the commercial crap, which cause heart attacks.
If you got to ask, you can't afford it, right?
Exactly, crap. So this is not affordable now, but we're not asking in 2019 if it's affordable. The point that they're trying to make by Samsung saying that is we're already going to start putting that narrative in your mind. So 8K is going to be something. But the question is it going to be something at a mid-gen time frame? They're saying 8K, but let's be honest, crap. We all know that these consoles that are coming out next year in 2024, if 8K is the thing, we'll be playing smaller indie titles at 8K 30 frames, maybe at best. You know, you're not going to get the Witcher 4, or you're not going to get Red Dead Redemption 3, if you will, in 8K 120 frames with these consoles. It's not going to happen. So that would be a need for a refresh, but it depends on if the market calls for it. It doesn't depend on if the gamers call for it. It depends on if the market calls for it. And I don't think that the market is going to call for it, because I know, for example, there's multiple people that write me all the time on Xbox. They're like, Mooch, you won't believe it. I just got my 4K TV. It's fantastic.
And you're like, you're right. I don't believe it, right?
Right. So my point is, I know that these people that are getting 4K TVs today, tomorrow, and next year are not going to be lined up and can't wait to spend $3,000 to $4,000 on an $3,000 to $4,000, if you will, on an 8K TV in 3 to 4 years. It doesn't make sense. So I don't think we're at that 8K stature yet. But, you know, listen, it's all propaganda crap. You know, Sony and Microsoft are trying to sell, and they're trying to upsell, and they're also trying to future-proof and give you that peace of mind for your future purchase.
I agree 100%. Hey, over 400 watching on a Sunday morning.
Woo! Happy Father's Day, everybody.
Yes, happy Father's Day. Thank you guys, everybody. Sully, who do we got? Who's our first caller?
We got Big Germ. This is a pre-E3 call. The thing is that he left it right on Sunday, so I couldn't get it in time. So
okay, well, we'll get it in now. No worries.
Yep.
Let's go with Big Germ.
Okay, here we go.
Yo, what's up, Mooch? Crap. Just sitting here waiting on this show, and wanted to call in and tell you guys I can't wait. And I'm really hoping Sony don't walk out on Microsoft stage. That would be a slap in the face, I think, but I doubt that's going to happen. But hopefully you guys have a good night, and I finally became a Patreon. So this is Big Germ 724. See you guys later.
Awesome. Nice to
Shout out
hear
to
that,
Big
Big
Germ.
Germ. Yeah, I love it, Mooch. We can hear it.
Right. It's a miracle. Thank you, Windows Update.
Windows Update fixed it finally, because that's how it used to be.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
And now they make it Sully. We might be able to do call-ins eventually.
We
now,
might,
would be
yeah, we
great.
might now. I still gotta fix things up because Skype is still dumb. So,
Awesome.
Yeah. I'm
Well, let me
working
say
on it.
this much, Crap. You know, he made a funny point. We know, of course, Sony didn't make its way on the Microsoft
Thank
stage.
goodness.
But I want to say thanks to Big Germ for becoming a Patreon. And guys, if you do, just $1 and a dream. I'd like to get back to also having that Crap. So
Yeah, we got to do that. And then also, you know what? I've been spitballing some ideas because I've been listening to some other people. Like, some people have Patreon members like vote on what game they want the people to stream or something. I think that's something we can do since you're streaming so often.
Absolutely, Crap.
Vote what Mooch and Crap and Sully stream each week, and we give them a few options to Patreon only. And then,
I'd have no problem with that at all. That'd be great.
the specific, like a 30-minute dedicated podcast that's maybe we keep it exclusive to them, right?
I think we should. I think that
yeah.
I think the Patreon folks that stick with us and have been with us since day one, and the new ones that come in and they're on that, absolutely. I would do that in a heartbeat.
I'm in the midst of reworking some of the Patreon stuff, guys. Just bear with us a little bit more, but do support us because it's needed now more than ever, man. We're trying our best here, guys. We really are. So every little bit helps, and we really appreciate everything you guys do for us. So thank you so much. Why don't we go ahead and do another one? Because I know we got like 6 of them, and I'm very excited that we can actually hear.
Yeah, it's great.
Damn things. Yeah.
Okay. The next call is Barry Big Plums. Here we go. Barry Big
Big
Plums.
Plums.
Probably the best name on YouTube.
Yes.
Okay. Here we go.
What's up, dudes? It's Barry Big Plums here from the UK again with another question for the whole team this time, not just Crapgamer. I want to ask you guys, what in your opinion is the biggest balls up, the biggest cock up made by the mainstream reviewers on a single game? For me, the game I think they reviewed harshly and wrongly was Alien Isolation. I'm a massive Alien fan. They gave it a really, really low review. But if you look at Metacritic and their opinions for everyone of the game, generally people love the game, especially if they're an Aliens fan. So for you guys, what game have the mainstream reviewers got wrong as far as you're concerned? Anyway, thanks as always, guys. Barry Big Plums out.
Barry Big Plums.
That
Nice
is
to hear
probably-
from you.
That is awesome.
You know what? I think what game that got a bad score did you really like, or not a great score?
Well, you know, it's funny because I'm just here. One thing we always do on the show too, so everybody knows, is we don't listen to these earlier. We listen to them with you guys in the audience. So just off the cuff, real quick, Crap, I would say one recently because I was playing it this morning and I was thinking about it. It's funny that Barry asked the question. Is I would say Days Gone as of late. I think that got a lower score than it deserved. I think it should have probably been about an 8. But nonetheless, I think I'm thinking back to older games that kind of got wrongfully accused of being poor in certain categories. I think Quantum Break fell victim to that.
I'm going to go way back. I'm going to say Rise, Son of Rome.
You know, and you guys know this. Anybody that's been following me as long as everyone else is, and how long I've been on, Crap, Rise still to me is probably a 6.5 game. I mean, where it sits. For me,
it got
personally.
a 58 or 59.
Okay, well, I think we're splitting hairs at this point, right?
Yeah.
5.8 or a 6.0. If you want to round up, do what you got to do. I mean, my point is that game was absolutely stunning. It was gorgeous. Everybody says it, right? What do people say now? Look at this game, how it holds up visually, and it holds up with some of the best games out there. Crap, but realistically, it was just the same. I'm not even going to use QTE. It was just the same punch, slash, block, punch.
Like every
punch,
game,
punch.
though. I mean,
Yeah, this was a little over the top, though. This is a little over the top. You know what I mean? This is like, that's like saying somebody's going to play Battletoads on Rare Replay and be like, boy, that game was deep. Right? This is a much more beautiful
but
version
listen,
of
and this is going to
hitting
be
the same button.
controversial. I used the same attacks on God of War over and over again throughout the whole game. So to me, and I'm not comparing the two games aside from that. I'm just saying every game has that sort of repetitiveness.
Yeah.
So I just feel like, that to me, that was a game that got a low score that probably could have been a 7.5 in my opinion.
Right.
I'm not saying it was an 8 or a 9, but I definitely think that it could have got, a 7.5. Like I just going back, and then I agree with you though as well with Days Gone as like a 72 or something.
72. I think that's a solid 8. I mean, especially now, and the game's I think half off this weekend.
Yeah.
It's just if you're a zombie fan, I can't see you not having it in your collection.
Yep, I agree. It's something different. I know a lot of people go, oh well, it's like this. It's not really like The Last of Us at all.
No. As a matter of fact, crap, this game has made me that much more excited for The Last of Us. I'll explain why. There's so many things missing from Days Gone that I'm like, man, that's how damn good The Last of Us is. You know what I mean? Sir X-Man makes a good point, crap. He says Rise of the Tomb Raider. That did get kind of poorer scores than I think it deserved. Well, really, really, really
Give
good
it
point.
to Luca.
Yes.
Hey, yeah, dude. Oh wait, Tino Stark says, yeah, that's a you issue. What's a me issue?
I don't know.
The fact that I thought that we were asked a question and I was giving my opinion. I'm not exactly sure how that's a me problem. Everything's a me problem, Mooch. Jeez.
Well,
come on,
it is,
man.
crap. It is what it is, okay? But crap, you did have some great videos out recently about the whole Power Crown is being discussed now.
Yeah, here's the thing. So, and I linked this because you know how people get on YouTube, Mooch. If you don't link something, you got to put up with the authority of YouTube, and
you gotta link it, crap.
You got to link it. If you don't link it, even though it has nothing to do with anybody else or their channel. People get angry, And listen,
I got news for you. In high school, you wrote a paper. You had to put the reference.
For sure, you got to do
your
bibliographies and all
That's
that
correct.
stuff, right? Yeah.
All right.
I know. Trust me,
you will be graded.
I built my own PC. I'm very smart. So the PS5, according to this, definitely more powerful, quote unquote, than Xbox Project Scarlett, according to DevKit users. So, and I linked this article. It says earlier in the week, a rumor surfaced that suggested the upcoming PlayStation 5 was more powerful than Microsoft's unveiled next-gen Xbox console, Project Scarlett. It generated a lot of buzz around E3, even if the power of a console rarely correlates to its success. Now, an additional source claims that they have heard similar rumblings about the power of the PS5 compared to Scarlett. According to former IGN editor Colin Moriarty, the PS5 is definitely more powerful than Project Scarlett. He made the claim on his podcast Sacred Symbols while talking about the prior rumor from Game Informer's Andrew Reiner. But unlike Reiner, Moriarty elaborated a little further by saying that his information comes from developers working with both consoles' dev kits. Apparently, when working with both, the developers found the PS5 to be more powerful. Of course, obviously, dev kits and final consoles are not the same, so it's possible at this information the power comparison could change. It's also worth mentioning that Moriarty is known for having a stronger relationship with PlayStation than Xbox. So, it's one of those things you kind of have to take.
Yeah, I'm not necessarily taking that article and running to the bank with it, crap. I mean, there's other articles. Something else came out in Bloomberg where I don't know if it was Booty or somebody saying that somebody finally came out on Xbox and saying they're fairly confident they'll have the most powerful console. I think the case here is where we've said something and maybe we were wrong. We always assume that these two companies have an idea. And I think they do have an idea, but I don't think that either of them know exactly what's under the hood of the other at this point. So and I think that's why Project Scarlett was so under wraps at E3. I mean, it wasn't even brought. I mean, except for the fact that they discussed it, it didn't tell me anything I didn't know before the show, right? It eats monsters for breakfast. You know what that tells me? It's stronger than the Xbox One X. Thanks.
Yeah, I mean,
I know that.
Yeah,
right?
It should be for sure.
So what did we really learn? Not much on the tech side, not much on the actual performance side. I thought we were going to get a little bit more feedback on it, but clearly Microsoft, I don't think wants to toot their own horn before
Yobi
Sony
wants to know if we chose a winner for Star Wars. Didn't we pick one?
Yeah, we
Sully?
did. Yeah,
And
I was gonna contact them on Twitter, but it's just so far out, because you can't really pre-order, gift someone that game until it gets closer. So
yes, but hook up the winning person with give that information to Yobi.
Yeah,
just so he can. I mean, he might give him a 60 card, and then he can pre-order it himself or whatever. Cool. I don't know how he wants to work it, but I'd rather do that. So
and thank you again to Yobi.
Yes, that was awesome because we gave away so much stuff on E3, and it was so much fun. And I like to make that a tradition, which like we gave out what was it, World War Z or Daisy and. What was it that other new game that just came out?
Plague's Tale.
Plague Tale, which that's not bad. That's not bad. We gave out Rise of the Tomb Raider, what was it?
Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Yes.
Yeah, we also gave out Jedi Fallen Order. Man, we gave out a ton of stuff. Sully was giving out games and $10
Xbox
codes.
also $10 codes.
Yep.
Yeah, it was great. Outstanding. It was a great day, crap. I got to be honest with you. I just had a blast doing E3 coverage. I loved it.
Exactly. Are you chaps looking forward to the new Halo?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. We love
Yes.
Halo. Dude, look,
Yes.
here's the thing. We might be down because there's not a whole lot of new AAA stuff, but I think we all enjoy Halo and Gears. You know what I mean? That's why we buy Xboxes. So for me, I just think that there's Sir X, man. I like that guy, man. He's funny.
He is great.
Great. He is. He's great.
Shout out, by the way, speaking of E3 real quick, we do have to also say thanks and shout out to Noof Nukem, because without Noof, that was
kaboom. Yeah, he did a really, really great job with that.
job.
I also want to point out that the Colin Moriarty stuff, he also kind of pointed out that he, according to him anyway, that he knew that Microsoft had shopped the Master Chief Collection to Sony at one particular point. Whether that was in the past tense or whatever, I'm not really sure, but it does seem like it's something. And Frank O'Connor from 343 did kind of respond, and his response wasn't a flat out no. It was just like, we never did any code on it. But who knows what the corporate level, what they're doing. Right. So, I mean,
look, I think that we're at a point right now, and Colin's quote or Colin's inside notion or whatever, all that aside crap, it's very hard for anybody on either side of the coin to sit here and say that we don't think Microsoft is shopping their IP on everything digital. Anything they can put it on, they're going to do that right now. So when Frank O'Connor says that, absolutely. Something we said on Crossfire, I'll say it again. He was saying he didn't see any code pass by his office or his desk. Absolutely. I believe Frank 110%. But to say that, two business folks from Microsoft sat down with two business folks from Sony and had that discussion at a table, there's no code involved. It's, are we doing this? Maybe it got shelved. Maybe it got postponed. Maybe it's a wait and see, or maybe it's a never was. We'll find out, crap. But to be honest with you, I could very well see in the next 5 years some of the beloved titles that Microsoft has being on PlayStation. And you know what? Months ago, I would have said no. But just seeing the way that they're speaking in these post-interview shows after E3, you can see that Microsoft has that clear interest in mind. And it just wouldn't surprise me anymore, crap.
Yeah, I agree. Hey, you're not wrong. I agree with you 100%. I think that it's something that we could definitely see sooner rather than
possible. I mean,
it's like I think it wouldn't be for years, because they did ask. Who was that? Tim Schafer from their new studio that they bought, Double Fine.
Yeah,
about because the next two games that they're making are going on PlayStation 4.
Of course they are.
Yeah, so but they did ask, and that was curious to me, because Microsoft bought the publishing rights to Psychonauts 2. So you would assume that would get them out of it, but apparently that was crowdfunded, and so you can't, you know what I mean? You kind of have to go along with it. And he did say, well, after we get done with these two, we're just going to be doing PC, Xbox exclusives. So, I mean, there is that. Hopefully Phil and company sees that there is some kind of some kind of need for that. Like, I think that like exclusives are still important, and it's just something that we need as I think gamers. Like, I think Phil underestimates that sometimes. You know what I mean? Right. Yobi says, I'm not ready for 8K, guys. 4K just got here a few years ago. Sheesh. I'm with you, man. I'm with you. Xbot, he says, shout out to M&C. Sully does a great job with this show.
Oh, hey, wow, thanks.
Sully is an unsung hero. What a great guy. Honestly, he's always game. He's like, well, let's do this show. We give him short notice. He really gets it together and, works through the problems. It's not easy because, it's just not. And he does a really great job. We're very appreciative for Sully.
Thank you.
And he's one of the team. So Eddie T says, do you think next-gen consoles will be more expensive than $500? And how much would you be willing to spend?
Well,
there's the new rumors.
Go ahead.
Right? There's the who was it? Pactor said that the PS5 could be $800.
Ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. It's
all right. Let's not even. I can't even waste another breath on that rumor. But I will say, Eddie T, Moochonomics is in full session right now. Please, everybody, take out your notebooks and some sort of writing utensil. Listen, you're gonna get somewhere in the vicinity for an Xbox One X. Okay, for an Xbox One X, you're probably gonna get somewhere in the vicinity of $200 to $250. I've mentioned this a number of times. Let's say the console is $500. I currently have two Xbox One X's in my home. I don't know if they're going to let me stack them or not, but it doesn't matter. If I wanted to go get two Scarletts Okay, let's say somebody went to the store and bought one Scarlett for $500. I can get two for $500. You get $250 for one, $250 for the other. You can get two. If they let you stack them, you can take the two X's, maybe come home with just paying sales tax. My point being is if you have an Xbox One X in your home and you're even teetering on the fence, if, not telling you to do it, okay, I recommend that you do it when you see GameStop give you the most for your dollar. And I think the most you generally see is at the launch of new consoles. Yes, a year later, sometimes you'll see them flirt with that value again, but generally you have to have your ear to the ground. You may miss that. You may miss that opportunity, and then you're going to lose $50 to $75 off of that initial trade-in value. So myself personally, if the Anaconda, a.k.a. Scarlett, is $500 and you get $200 to $250, plus if you're a pro member and this and that, maybe you get an extra 5 or 10% on top of it, take that advantage and go get the Scarlett. If you're like, no, Mooch, I'm not. I'm keeping my X, and that's that. That's fine. But just be ready to understand that if you change your mind in about 12 months, if you're getting $250, this is all hypothetical numbers, folks, but if you're getting $250 on day one, I'm telling you right now, you wait a year unless you keep your ear to the ground and you just randomly walk in there, you're probably only going to get $175, $150, $180. You're going to lose about $50, $60, maybe $75 on that trade-in value. So if you're on the fence, I say do it day one. If you're like, nope, the hell with it, I'm keeping my X, I'm running my X right through 2024, see if there's a mid-gen, that's fine. Just be prepared for a lesser trade-in. So, crap, it really does depend. Now, I will say this. If these Xboxes and the PlayStations, these next-generation consoles, happen to creep around $600, let me tell you something. The hardcore dedicated...
Let me tell you something!
Let me tell you something! Let me tell you something! But I got to tell you something, crap. I don't know how many people are going to just run to GameStop, Walmart, Target, or Amazon and can't wait to throw $600. $600 has been a taboo number. What do you think about that whole situation?
Well, I think that they're going to be $399 to $499. To be
$499, I think, is your peak.
Yeah, I think they have to be that. I think they have to realize that they're going to have to take a loss if they're going to be more than that. The way I look at it is, you have to still appeal. Like, there's all kinds of questions. Do you find it funny? And I hate to come down on Microsoft, but Sony is very, very meticulous with how they explain things, right? Remember when they did, you're going to be able to do iOS remote play. Use it or don't. Here's how you use it, or don't use it, whatevs, right?
Right.
And Microsoft is like, well, we're not discussing our policies, our plans, or anything, but here's a perfect situation for this, and we're going to let you try it maybe, but we're not going to show it off really. And then they interview Matt Booty, and they're like, well, am I going to be able to go into a store and buy an Xbox Scarlett disc? And he's like, well, and he gives this like 2-paragraph thing, and you didn't learn anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's so Microsoft to me, right? So the way it sounds to me, which don't shoot the messenger, read the Eurogamer article when he's talking about it. He's like, we already deal with a situation like this PC. You put in a disc or whatever, and then it automatically will spec it up to whatever your PC is capable of, right?
Yes.
Insinuating to me anyway, doesn't it sound like to you, Mooch, like we're not going to get Xbox Scarlett discs? They're going to be Xbox One discs that you put in your Scarlett, right?
Okay. I'm not reading that, but I mean, I know where I can definitely follow you down that path.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how they're going to handle it, to be honest with you. I know that. Let me ask you this. How long do you think, crap, that the forward compatibility, or whatever you want to call it, cross-gen compatibility will go on with the Xbox One X?
3 to 4 years.
Okay. Well, wait. Does that also mean the Xbox One S?
Yeah, I think 3 to 4 years.
So you think the S, X, and Scarlett will all coexist?
Yeah, I think they're going to scale it down. I think it's going to, we're going to end up not getting the best visuals and versions that we could because of that. But I do feel like that's something that's actually going to be a problem, right? So, it's just I'm trying to find this Matt Booty thing, and I'm going to try and read it to you.
While you're looking for that, crap, I'll just speak to the audience. I don't know where people are coming up with this. If we're going to sit here and flirt with the idea that the PS5 is going to be the most powerful, or give the Scarlett a run for its money, how in God's green earth are people coming up with PS5 for $399? I don't think either console is $399. I think they're both going to be $499. Sony's well aware that people went out and made the purchase for the X, paid that price. They know that their loyal fan base will definitely pay that price. I can very easily see the PS5 being $499. If that's them making a decent profit on it, well, kudos to them. Then you'll see a sale more sooner than later. but I don't see this at $399. I just don't. I don't see how that's feasible.
Yeah, I agree 100%. So here's the question that that Eurogamer posed to Matt Booty. They say, perhaps speaking more generally for Halo Infinite, you'll have a box on the shelf which says it's for Scarlett, and a box on the shelf which says it's for Xbox One X or Xbox One. Do those titles have to have parity of features, or will it just be difference visually? And he says, well, we already have a space where we need to navigate this, and that's PC games. You can have a PC with 2 NVIDIA 1080s with the SLI and 64 gigs of RAM, while I have a hand-me-down laptop. The game needs to be smart enough to take advantage of what's there in the best possible way, but also set itself up to run on hardware which doesn't have those capabilities. The fact that we have access literally across the soccer field to the Windows team working on DirectX and all the gaming features on Windows means we have experience navigating up and down the hardware continuum. And a little bit of that is going to be coming to our world on console. But again, our lens on this is always for the player's point of view. How do we make sure our game is opened up to as many people as possible and invested into our console family?
Well, all right. So that does make sense with what you were just saying a moment ago. And,
yeah.
And we've heard this in the past.
Yeah.
So I personally, that's fine. I mean, realistically, I think Don has also said that, right? I think Don said that that's how they're kind of moving forward.
Yeah, that's like almost forward compatibility.
It is.
Right? But
in my eyes.
And even if let's just say the Xbox is slightly more powerful, Xbox Scarlett, doesn't that still seem like it's not a next-gen thing, though, right? If you're still buying Xbox One games?
Say again?
Doesn't it seem like that's a last-gen thing, right? Like, that you're going to be able to play these games, Xbox One games on a Scarlett. It almost just seems like another upgrade, like the X, right?
Yeah,
like,
yeah. I do think that. Well, I think that's where we're going, Crap. Let's be honest, okay? And I know this isn't the world that you live in. I've just dabbled with it. But, like, all right, I've built the PC that I have here now, right? So if all of a sudden I want to update my CPU, the games I have and everything doesn't change. The game that comes out next week, I change the CPU in it. I make the appropriate changes, and then I just strike up the new game and I play it, right? Yeah. I think the day of that whole, we're done. We are done with the stopgap, which is great for gamers because that means as we transition into next generation, you don't have to wait 2-3 months, or you don't have to wait 6 months for games and for the developers to get used to new code and how to do this and how to do. This is a very seamless transition from this generation into the future. So I don't know, Crap. I still think that because it's all the same architecture, it's all the same code. They're just getting more powerful machines. They're able to do more. So I think you're right. I think you're 100% right. I think if you have an X, it'll probably be the same code as if you have a Scarlett, but the code will know that you have a Scarlett, and it will give you that higher fidelity in all categories, across the board because it's able to determine that.
Yeah, see, I agree. I agree 100%. I think it's the same way. Tino Stark says no more generations. That's not exactly true, though, because aren't they releasing a next-gen console? Right? So how can you say no more gen?
We're getting confusing, right? I mean, this is confusing terminology coming from the companies, not us. Yeah. Is they're saying no more generations, but if at any point in time there's a stopgap where you cannot use your Xbox One X, okay, when and Scarlett is the primary source as far as hardware, that's questionable. They're not saying that right now. The question is, where's Sony going to be in this? How much will your PS4 Pro or PS4 Vanilla be able to play moving forward as these new games come out, starting as early as fall next year?
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. And Sully, do we have some more callers, some more voicemails? Who's next?
We got Omega. Omega's back.
All right.
Okay. Oh, nice.
Omega. Here we go, Omega.
Hey guys, what's going on? It's Omega again. I don't know what to make of that conference. I kind of felt like Krusty the Clown after watching that bootleg version of Itchy and Scratchy going, what the hell was that? I don't know what's going on with their decision making. Even my nephew, who's 10 years old, looked at me, and he's an avid gamer, but he doesn't know much. He looked at me and went, Microsoft doesn't make games. They make body wash now? What is this? The thing that worries me the most is Gears 5. They haven't shown much of Gears 5. They haven't shown really any campaign, any gameplay, or really anything story related. Now you have a new character in the franchise, which is female, who I'm going to reserve my own reservations on. I have my own opinion. but you have a new character in a big franchise. You haven't established this character in any way, shape, or form. You haven't brought up the story in any way, shape, or form, and you're hoping the gamer and the character connect when they first come out. After E3, they said they'd bring out a campaign trailer later in the week, but we're not going to see gameplay until the beginning of September. This just has bad feelings written all over, and I don't know what's going on with the game or with the franchise, and I'm worried that people aren't going to get that sort of old Gears feeling and old connection. It's sad to say, but this is a fact. I know more about Death Stranding, and I've seen more gameplay from Death Stranding than I have from Gears 5. Now that is just a plain sad fact. I don't know what Phil's doing. I don't know if he's standing in the back going, well, am I going to show Gears? Am I going to show Halo? I'm not quite sure. All I know is indies are involved. I'm worried about Gears. I'm not worried so much about Halo because, well, we'll see it next year. But one of their tentpoles we don't know much about, and I know more about a Kojima game than something like Gears 5. Anyways, I bid you adieu. That's a goodbye and good night.
Well, I mean, you know, he said something crap that we discussed on Friday, right? And a lot of people felt this way. Almost the entire panel on Crossfire felt this way. Is that, look, I will say this much, okay? I'm not a betting man, but if you say here's $100, Mooch, where are you going to put your money on this? I would bet that the Coalition and Gears 5 is going to be.
I think so too. What do you got going on there,
we lost OBS for a little while. It reconnected, so there's gonna be a gap in our speaking. We lost the whole stream for like a few seconds. So
Yeah,
we lost the whole stream for a few seconds. Nice.
Yeah, that was
Great!
awesome. Thank you, OBS. Thank you.
Yes.
I did nothing on my end. It just, I don't know. It's just.
No, it's okay.
It's a YouTube
back.
thing.
It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry about that, guys.
Yeah.
Apologies. Carlos Torres says, "Stop being loyal. Own everything like me. PC to Big N. We do own everything."
Yeah.
Yeah. Like who thought we didn't? Yeah.
I think he's just saying that in general. I don't think he's saying that to you.
JD Gamer says, "Have a good show."
Appreciate that, JD. Thank you, guys. I'll be honest with you, though. I do think that I don't think there's a problem with Gears at all. But like, what would we have said? Let's say it wasn't Gears. Let's say it's Borderlands 3.
Yeah.
Okay. And all of a sudden, Borderlands 3 is also 3 months away, but we've seen gameplay.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, what if Borderlands 3 was like, we'll show you. It comes out September 13th. We're going to have a live showing on September 13th. What? Like, people would be like, is there something wrong? What happened? People would be all over the place. I'm shocked. We're not hearing that right now, and that's interesting. So that's Lady Foxfire says, didn't hear what Mooch said about the Coalition. I said, I think the Coalition's doing great. I think the game's going to be fantastic. I really do. I just said normal other conversations, if it wasn't Gears right now, people would be saying, why haven't we seen the campaign? We need to see something. Why is it we're 2.5 months out, 3 months out, and we haven't seen any campaign footage? And they're like, well, we're going to show it to you. It comes out on September 10th. We're going to show you on September 9th at midnight. What? Okay, all right. I mean, that any other game, that would be at least a cause of concern. Yeah. I typically think that Rod is probably one of the best in the industry. I think his team is one of the best in the industry, so I'm not overly worried about that. Yeah. But I will say that it's odd. I don't care if you're defending it or you're not. It's odd that they're not showing gameplay at this point.
Yeah, I would have like I said, I would have loved to see some kind of gameplay. The fact that they didn't show any, I guess, is a little bit weird. But I'm hoping that we get some soon. That's the only thing I can hope for is, hey, hopefully we see something soon, and it's I'm sure it'll blow us away. So far what we've seen looks absolutely phenomenal. So I'm very excited to see kind of what they have and what they have to show. Who else we got on the caller list there, Sully?
We got 2 more calls. We got Juice Pouch up next, though. Juice Pouch.
Let's go.
Okay.
Pouch.
Here we go.
Mooch, Crap, love your show. Thank you guys for all the E3 coverage you guys did. Thank you, Crap, for all your hard work. Thank you, Mooch, for everything. So I just wanted to bring something up, and it's about the Slipspace engine. I wanted to talk about the Slipspace engine. You know how Microsoft is becoming a very service type of company, for example, like Game Pass. And I was thinking maybe they want to make the Slipspace engine a service for developers to use. I mean, maybe Crap knows, but you know how they're doing the whole, Microsoft game stack and whatnot. Honestly, I believe that they're going to try to make the Slipspace engine like the Unreal Engine, like the Unity engine, where a lot of developers can use this engine. And the reason why I believe that is because 343 and Microsoft's main focus on this engine was to make something easy to use, to implement your art style into the game. I don't know, it's just an idea. What do you guys think? Thank you guys. Have a good show.
That's a good I think that's a good thought. I'm just not sure that it's feasible, especially with when you have stuff like Unreal Engine just kind of dominating everything. I just don't think that it would be a smart move on Microsoft's part. I don't know who would actually be into getting that.
Well, here's the other problem I have with that. Okay, I'm all about what he just said, but here we are, the second year after they announced the new engine. I believe he was talking about 343's new engine, correct?
Yeah, yeah.
Right here, we didn't see it. I mean, we saw like a snippet. Like the whole idea of this engine was supposed to show this open world, this unbelievably like living environment that you're supposed to not only fight enemies in, but also kind of habitat in and have other players joining you and kind of coexist in this world. They didn't show anything.
Yeah. They
showed Chief jumping off the plane. That's reminiscent of Halo 1, and that's great. Yeah. But
it is a spiritual reboot.
That's
I remember
fine.
I asked Xbox, what does that mean? I didn't really get a clear answer. So I don't know. We'll have to see how that goes. I mean, the game it'll be great. I like that they're kind of taking it back a little bit. Hey, everybody hit that like button. I would appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for rocking out with us on this Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to all you dads out there. You guys rock.
Yes,
You're
sir.
so amazing for sticking with us and stuff like this. We appreciate the support. So for me anyway, like I said, I think the game will be great. Spiritual reboot. What the hell does that mean though?
Well, we kind of have an idea what that is, Crap. But again, I think we just talked about this with the coalition. We got to talk about it with 343. Another missed opportunity. Yeah. Like you're a year out. It's a year and a half that comes out. Let's say it's a holiday 2020. So that's usually early November, right? Halo comes out early November or late October or whatever they're going to do next year. And you didn't show anything. Yeah. So, I mean, we're just kind of, it's almost like when you push and procrastinate and push everything to the last minute. So next E3 is going to be a huge hardware reveal, right? Huge Halo reveal. That alone is going to be a half hour.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, that's Halo's going to dedicate at least 10, 15 minutes, I would assume. It's a big deal, Crap.
Yeah.
So that's going to warrant some time. The hardware is going to warrant some time because now it's going to be the reveal, the showing of the box, the pricing, explaining the pricing in a reasonable amount of time on stage. Like they did the last time when Phil was up there describing 4K and why it was a monster with the X. So that's all going to take time. Then you have all these other games and then new IP and third party, and it's like, all right, so what? That's a lot crammed into next year. Why not show some of this stuff? Get people excited. Antsy to spend $500, maybe $600 on a new box. I don't know why they didn't do that. They had the whole stage to themselves. They could have really just dominated hype for like at least the next 6 to 12 months until Sony has a PSX or something else. And they didn't. And, like I said, here, E3's come, E3's gone. E3 has come and it's gone. And here we are a week later. And as new news starts to kind of come out, we're right back to where we were way before E3. So it's almost like E3 came and went and Microsoft could have had that hype go for 12 months. Instead, it's going to fizzle out. I think look at what people are taking away from E3. They're taking Xcloud. Like you would think that Anaconda or AKA Scarlett would be the hype factor, and instead people are taking away Xcloud, which is great.
And the thing that bothers me about that is these are console folk that are excited by this, and they're most of the time they're not even going to be bothering with it. You know what I mean? So I never understood the
it's a funny situation, Crap. I think more people are probably into the streaming thing than they're letting on. I think that a lot of people feel like that's the future. Doesn't mean it's the future tomorrow, but the future down the road. So True Gamer wants to kind of get on page one, just like we all did. We've all been early adopters, of all kinds of consoles, dating back to as far back as you want. Like a lot of people said, remember when Sega had all of that hardware coming out and it was ultimately their doom? Okay, yeah. But hardcore gamers, what did they do, They bought all of that hardware. And then they just kind of got slapped on the chin being like, oh, looks like we hook, line, and sinker fell for it. So that may be the case in streaming, or streaming could be what the next console is. We don't know, but I think you're seeing a lot more hardcore gamers, at least interest peaked, because for them, that feels like the future for a lot of people.
Yeah, I mean, or they're just damage controlling, trying to find a positive. I mean,
that's true.
I
usually damage controlling would be why you don't like it.
But it's like people are like, I'm going to get me a controller, one of the controller adapters, and carry the damn thing around with me. I just don't see that happening. Like people going everywhere, looking down with a big old bulky controller in their fanny pack. Like and then I bring up the point that phones die incredibly fast when you're gaming on them. Well, we'll plug it in. Well, where the hell are you going to be? Where you're going to sit down, plug in your phone, and play it like that?
Yeah, I mean, you could do it in your office, things like that. I mean, I'll tell you this much, I'm with you on that. I think what I try to do, and I would say it's your only Achilles heel here, is you always put it to the phone, because that's how they're showing you on the floor. I don't blame you for using that example. Yeah. But I truly think streaming isn't going to be it's not. I think when they have their statistics that come out, I think you're talking about laptops. You're talking about hotel TVs, okay? You're talking about being able to plug in that Chromecast in the back. The thing's very light. And the controller, if you're already on travel if you're going from where you are in Florida and you're doing a trip and you got to go somewhere in Texas or Oklahoma or Minnesota or wherever you got to go, you already got a big bag. Saying you're going to bring around a Google controller isn't the end of the world. There's a lot of other stuff I don't like to bring along. You got to bring it.
I guess, but I mean, and what, like,
it's easier than putting an Xbox One X or a PS4 in my backpack.
When are they actually going to be using this, though? That's my question.
Well, that's the thing. Until the day where it takes over for dedicated console, which I just said to you, is so far out, okay? Yeah. I'm just telling you that for me, I can only use my example. I'm on the road. I have to travel. You know this crap. Yeah. And I'll be honest with you. I'm getting a little tired of playing some of the Mickey Mouse games on the Switch, right? I kind of want to play some of my Destiny, some Division 2. That is intriguing to me. So whether it be Stadia or it be Xcloud, it's got my interest peaked, because after you get done with a long trip on the road and you only have a couple hours before you kind of got to get up and either do more work on the road or catch a plane back, to be honest with you, to be able to play some of these serious games that me and you enjoy all the time. Yeah. Like, I'll be honest with you, I'll be really frank with you. If all of a sudden it's a Thursday night, I'm on the road, you and the Don and shout out to Xbot are like, yo, we're getting together playing some Sea of Thieves. All of a sudden I could play Xcloud and I'm on the road. Like that was not an option for me prior to October of this year. And now all of a sudden it becomes a viable option. I've got to try it. I want a game, and I wouldn't mind doing that. Now, let's fast forward, I get back home. I'm home on Saturday. No, I'm not going to take a controller and a laptop and go into the corner of the house. I have a dedicated gaming space. And that's what I'm saying. So I would never do that. It would be ridiculous. Yeah. So there's really the two situations that we got to kind of look at. And that's why I'm saying, when you're saying who's going to play Halo 5 on their phone, the phone's your issue holds water. No one's going to be doing that for very long. It doesn't hold water. But if they're going to be able to plug their phone in at their office or desk, pull out the controller at work, and you keep the controller in your desk drawer, pull it out, and all of a sudden you're playing a little bit on your break. Myself personally, that doesn't work where I am. Yeah. You can't do that where I work. All my examples are after work. I can't play Halo 5 or Sea of Thieves or any fill-in-the-blank game while I'm at work because I'm working.
Yeah.
But right, so I get so you're not wrong. But there are instances out there where people can take advantage of this. And I'll tell you, if you don't believe me, just drive by your local airport. It's never empty. There's people traveling all the time. And a lot of those people are gamers.
Yeah, I mean, they are, but I don't know, man. I'm not really sure I buy into people just carrying this stuff and a controller around, or, like hold on.
I think you think somebody's going to the mall and they're like, boy, I got to this movie early. Let me break out my phone and finish my Halo game.
Well, no,
you're right. That's not happening.
Then it actually makes a little bit of sense.
I don't see that working out. That seems like a nuisance. But if I'm already packing a luggage bag to throw in a Google Stadia or an Xbox controller, I can't say that's really causing me a lot of heartburn. Yeah. I've already got a travel bag right now. I'm carrying the Switch.
Yeah, like I said, I'm going to be very, very interested to see how that kind of works out and see if it's something that is actually feasible or, people can actually
It is. Listen, it's going to be a sight to see, crap. And that's why I'm saying, if you've noticed, I'm not necessarily gung-ho about it, but I'm also not so negative because I do see where it could be utilized, but it would be an option. Let me tell you this much, crap. What do we say all the time? When I'm home, I'm using my Switch docked. But the fact that I can take that, put it into my carry bag, and take that to the airport and play a game, the option's there. But again, 95% of my Switch experience is docked. So it's that other 5%. And I got news for you. I have contemplated, right? I'm still waiting for those damn sales. Shout out to WRZ Cop. Okay? Yeah. I'm still waiting for Dark Souls to be $20.
Tino Stark says,
2011.
Tino Stark says, but look how big Switch is. The difference is the Switch is playing things natively. Right. It's not streaming them. And Iceman says people have downtime at work. I can imagine that, but imagine like you're trying to stream it and some workplaces cut out your internet or your Wi-Fi or whatever, so you're forced to use your thing, and it's like if you don't have at least 10 down, you're getting, you're getting a subpar stream. I'm just saying if you're not right next to
not ideal all the time, crap. It's not.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. So,
well, Iceman brings up a point. There are a lot of people there's a lot of people that work at certain jobs where there are an hour and a half downtime.
Yeah.
I mean, I got news for you. If you've ever worked, I remember way back, like always taking stuff off of working off of like big trucks, working overnight, unloading trucks. Crap. A lot of times, if you're in that business, okay, you unload the truck, and then when you're done, you're done. Like your boss will say to you, hey, if you really bust your hump and get this all done in 2 hours, I don't care what you do for the next 2. So all of a sudden, most people are in the break room hanging out. Now all of a sudden, you're gaming.
Yeah,
you're not playing Peggle 2.
Well, I mean, I think most people would rather play those type of games though when they're just sitting around. No, you're not going to get really involved in oh, hold on, let me do this raid real quick for 4 hours.
You're not doing a raid, but you can do a couple of dailies.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. I mean, it's not something that's going to really interest me, but
I can't wait. One thing I'm hoping for, I'm really hoping crap moves to a metropolitan city.
Yeah, even
at
so,
any
man.
point in time.
Well, here's the thing, right? Like I can remote play right now. I have a Vita and a PlayStation 4.
Yeah.
Have
you tried it?
Yeah, no. I mean, I've tried remote play.
I'm just curious on usage. It
was like, hey, I said, hey, this is cool, and then I never used it again. Right? Like I tried it at my house.
But that's also because your job, it doesn't allow for that. Mine doesn't either.
Well, I drive, I work, and I come home. What I mean? If I'm going to game, I'm going to game on my big screen. So
yeah, why are you going to take your PSP and go 4 rooms over on purpose to stare at a 12-inch screen? It's not going to happen, crap.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. So that's all I'm saying. I feel like there is probably a type of person that can use this. I just don't think it's like I think that 2 billion stuff is nonsense.
Well, the 2 billion is nonsense, but I'm telling you right now, I think the best thing that I've said out of my whole rant was just look at airports. I'm in airports a lot, crap. Let me tell you something. They're never empty.
Yeah.
So all I'm saying is all these people are traveling. They're not all just going home, right? I mean, I got to be honest with you. So vacation. Let's talk about this for a second, crap. This last year went on vacation, had a vacation week, went out there, and I brought the Switch. I truly didn't. I just didn't feel like playing. I had to play Zelda. I played Zelda. I didn't want to play Zelda. I wanted to play Destiny. Now I can. It's like it's another. It's just I'm giving examples. I'm not saying that these are going to stick, but like all of a sudden, crap. Let me tell you something. You're going to be going on vacation now. Once you get married, you're going on vacation.
Yeah,
okay. So when you go on that week vacation, whatever that be, say 2021, my good friend, you are going to be able to play wherever you go.
Well, that's what the wife will be for.
Well, I got news for you, Brad.
I hear what you're saying. I'm just saying.
I'm just trying to get your dailies done, and I'm trying to get you so you can get your raid ready.
Yeah, I hear you.
Raid ready.
My raid. Yeah, I'm gonna get my raid. Sir experiences. I think Microsoft is pushing the future too fast. That's always been their problem.
That seems to be an issue. Yes.
Yeah. Tino Stark says, but Wi-Fi 6 5G is supposed to be game changing. Hey, I'll believe it when I see it. I've been hearing about this for a while. I have 4G and it dies on me all the time, right? Like I'm in the middle of going somewhere and
Hey, shout out to Masshole 1977 says this show's breathtaking. No, you're breathtaking, Masshole. Absolutely. Probably. That's what comes away from E3 is the victory.
I know, yeah. Like Keanu Reeves wins E3, but no, Microsoft had a great E3, right?
Sully, voicemail too.
Who's our other voicemail?
We got one more, and it's Gray. We got Gray, X-Gray. So here we go.
X-Gray. Woo!
Hey, what's up, Mooch Crapgamer? My name is Gray. You guys keep fighting the good fight. Don't let the hate stop you guys. Crap, you're not the crap we want, but you're the crap we need. You know what I'm saying? You just keep going. Alright, so let's talk about this 1.5 hour trailer for Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. I'm already sold. I'm sold. There's no doubt about it. It's a great deal. Everybody with a small sense of brain can understand it's a great deal. So my little story is I watched Game Pass with two of the biggest casuals that I know. Good friends of mine from back in the day. They loved it. They were sold on Xbox Game Pass and they already subscribed to it and they already started playing games that they thought they weren't because they had no money. So it's definitely a good business model. It works. It got two of people that I personally know that didn't play a whole lot of Xbox playing Xbox again. And yeah, it was literally a commercial just for that. And I know you guys have been saying it, but I saw it work with my own eyes. I saw it work right there in my house. They were sold. They bought it. But for me personally, they did get what I wanted. I wanted, what's that game called? Minecraft Dungeons on Xbox. It's coming to Xbox. That's cool. And I wanted Gears Tactics on Xbox. And now it's coming, so that's cool. So I wish I was happy, but I wanted more, I just wanted a little bit more. And I think it's fair for us Xbox gamers to ask for that. They didn't justify me having an Xbox. And they didn't convince anybody else to get an Xbox.
Is that it?
Yeah, that was it.
Might be
yeah.
it.
All right. Okay.
I got confused.
Okay.
I thought there was more to it, but yeah, that was it. So.
Yeah, I was waiting for there to be more, and then it turned out not to be more. So yeah, imagine that. It was like a Game Pass kind of commercial, wasn't it? Like
absolutely.
Here's Game Pass. And look, it worked. It worked on me. It worked on a lot of people.
Everyone.
They're probably going to go to their investors and go, oh, and look, we've got this, and we've got 10 million Forza Horizon users now, and we've got 8.5 million Sea of Thieves users. Give us more money to do, and I guess it'll work in that sort of way, and that's pretty cool. But how many will stick around? I think that's going to be a real question. And we'll have to see. They're going to need a constant flow of content, in my opinion. So. We'll have to see how that works.
We all, here's the thing. Microsoft is not just doing this because it's a great deal. They want you to go from buying a $60 game once or twice a year as the casual to making sure that you give them eventually $120 a year steady stream. Like steady stream payment, as sure as your heat bill or your electric bill or your cell phone bill, you have your Xbox bill. That's what they want. It's to ensure, because there's not a lot of people out there like the crap gamers that are out there buying all of these games day and date with all the DLC. That stuff is happening less and less. They feel now they're able to get $120 from everybody on first party. And let me tell you something. Casuals buying one game and playing it indefinitely, now all of a sudden they're giving Microsoft $120 a year. And they get 200 games out of it. Listen, the customer's happy. Microsoft is very happy. And this is the intent going forward. And I got news for you. Even the changes happened on this show. Crap, yourself. You said it yourself multiple times over the past 7 days that there's really now that you have Ultimate, pardon me, there's really absolutely no reason for you to buy Gears 5.
I agree.
Right?
Why would I? I can get it Ultimate Edition 4 days early.
Yep.
Plus, I get to play the rest of their mediocre games for free. So.
Well, that's what. There you go.
Yep.
So they're gonna say, hey, mediocre games, check. Xbox, Halo, and Gears, check. Third-party games in and out of the vault as needed, check.
Yep.
Games you may not have played, check.
Yep.
Right, like Metro Exodus. Listen, the game's not great, but the game's good.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden, for that $1 everybody paid the other day, they get that game as well. Crap.
Yep.
So it is what it is. It's like it really is like Netflix, right? I held on to Netflix this whole time for what? Stranger Things 3 comes out July 4th. So I held it this whole time. I'm not watching What About Bob? But all of a sudden, I'm waiting until July 4th for Stranger Things. They're going to have people get on Xbox Game Pass, maybe Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, depending on the customer you are, okay? And you will wait and play the other stuff. Maybe you will, maybe you won't. Play the other games, and they're like, I'm not watching all the other stuff on Netflix. I'm waiting for Stranger Things 3. I'm not watching the other 4 million things to watch. Could I? Sure, I'm not.
Yeah.
So they're going to get you there, and you might go, well, I don't play anything on Game Pass. I'm waiting for Gears. I don't play anything on Game Pass. I'm waiting for Halo. I don't play anything on Game Pass. I'm waiting for Fable. You know what Microsoft says? We don't care.
Yeah.
So they're going to get everybody. They've made, and this is why I titled Crossfire, Xbox has made Game Pass a necessity.
Yep.
They've made it a necessity. They've taken, people go, that's full of it, Mooch. That's not true. I can go buy any $60 game and not play anything else. Go ahead. Go right on ahead. They're going to say, you do that. We'll take the $60. Go ahead. Give us that. And then you can't play anything else the rest of the year. Or you can give us double that and play 200 games. And
because they want to launch 4 a year eventually. Right. So that's, 400.
Plus the other games, right? And if you're getting games like Metro and Shadow of the Tomb Raider, these are AAA games that are failing in the stores. They're going to come to Game Pass 3, 4, 5 months later. I got news for you. That's what people are going to do. They're making Game Pass a necessity. They want you as a subscribed member to Microsoft indefinitely. They wanted to be a part of that same cell phone business model. And I'll tell you something, Crap. As of today, I'll say this much. It's winning. It's winning for them. That is working because it's hard to fight that as a consumer. You could say, no, I'm out. I don't want Game Pass. I'm just going to buy a $60 game. Go ahead. So you're going to pay half of what somebody else is paying, and you're going to get one game. That's fine. Yeah. And there's deals all year, Crap. You just got to keep your ear to the ground.
Dual Purpose says, how does any developer make any money off their Game Pass game? Per download, they make money. So... Hot Man says, I'm not paying this much for a box to play mediocre games. Well, the hope is that we get better games in the future, right?
They will be better. They will be better. Listen, the initiative has a tremendous staff over there. Gears is going to be great. Just Gears alone is worth your investment for this year. And then you've got Halo next year. You know that Halo 5, to me, the campaign took a major step backwards. But even the time that I put into Halo and enjoying it, Crap, even if Halo Infinite isn't any much better than Halo 5, and I think it will be, you're going to get your money's worth there. Then if there's a Fable, right, then there's going to be a Forza. And listen, Mooch is not a Forza fan. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm just not. But here we go, Crap. I get it. The game's, it's given to me. Here, Mooch, play this game. Here, by the way, play it 4 days early in the Ultimate package. Okay. Right? I would not go out and buy a Forza game. But now I get to play Forza.
Yeah.
So, this is their business model. And I think so far, unless something happens or a competitor comes out with something better, which is going to be tough for them to do because they don't really have the infrastructure, I think you're going to see Sony do something. That's why they went and used Azure. That's not about them teaming up with Microsoft. That's about them using Microsoft's carpool lane for a streaming service. So they're going to go ahead and do that with PS Now. And you're going to be able to do that same thing that they're doing, but with PlayStation games. They won't do. I don't think they'll do day and date like Microsoft, but they'll probably do them 3 months down the line or 6 months down the line. They'll be in there.
Could be. Sully, let's roll that wheel, huh?
Roll the wheel.
We got a wheel. Okay, voicemail
wheel,
edition.
folks.
Here we
Let's
go.
Who's gonna win? Mooch and Crap.
Mooch and Crap.
And Crap. Mooch and Crap. Mooch and Crap.
Here we go. It's starting to slow down. It is... Oh, no, not Omega. It's X-Gray. Gray! Gray's the winner.
All right, Gray. Hey. Very nice, Crap. Very nice.
Yes.
Gray's the winner, but you know what? Shout out to Rock Dog as well. And this is more for Sully. Sully, when will we have live calls coming back?
That's
actually, don't answer that right now because the wheel's going on, so they may not hear that.
Oh, okay.
Sure hear it. Oh no, they may actually. Go ahead. When will we have live calls? Do we think a week or 2 weeks?
I'm still working on it. The thing is, the whole Skype thing, even with the plugin for OBS, it's still giving it problems. I might scrap Skype and we might go WhatsApp or Discord or something. I'm testing new other avenues of call-ins.
I say go Discord.
It might, yeah, we might
seamless.
We might go that way. So they're coming. I'm just gonna make sure everything runs seamless with OBS because every time we get a Skype call, it throws off my audio settings and we can't hear the show or something. So I'm still working on it, guys. So I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm still working.
We'll aim for 2 weeks from now, Rock Dog, because I'd love to. Rock Dog really wants to call in, and it's easier for him to speak.
Live calls to come. Yeah, no, believe me, I'm working on it. So.
All right, cool. Very much. I appreciate that, Sully. Thanks to everybody here. Again, happy Father's Day to everybody. Grays, shout out to Grays who won the call-in code, guys. Really want to appreciate Big Germ, too, for being a Patreon member. Yobi, who's here, is Patreon members. A lot of you guys that haven't come out and said it, but you are Patreon members. Please consider. The link is below. It truly means a lot, and it just helps go towards making the show that much better. So I truly, truly, truly appreciate that. Guys, Father's Day, enjoy it. Game out there. Crap, any last words?
No, that's about it.
All right. Well, Sully, take us out of here, guys. Enjoy your Sunday, your Father's Day with your family. Enjoy.
Here we go.
Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day.
M&C is M&C. He gon' rack it up, get your game on, and he gon' bag it up. Y'all know what Mooch on, Mooch and Crap. Mooch and Crap. Mooch and Crap. Mooch and Crap. It's that time to get ready for the M&C Show. Grab your coffee or your liquor, cause we ready to roll. They talking games, custom gadgets, and you already know. Dial that number, leave them questions, and away they go. Be a pony or a bot, the truth be it don't matter. We just gamers talking games, not those drama queens matters. So let's talk about gaming, news, leaks, and reviews. This a fan show on whatever topic y'all choose. True Xbox fans, and y'all know we bleed green. Yet we got every console we can play, everything. Got that Forza, got that Halo, got that Fallout, got that Kratos, got that Zelda, got that Spidey, got that AC, got it Ike. Mooch and Crap, Mooch and Crap, Mooch and Crap, Mooch and Crap. We just talking about games, no drama. That's how we do. MMC stays a show just for the people. Nostalgia is a hell of a drug to be a fiend to. Gaming is the #1 hobby we all keen to. Mooch and Crap, bringing gaming opinions and facts. MMC is back on the map. It's the best for show, and that's that. It's M&C. It's M&C. It's Mooch and Crap. It's Mooch and Crap. MMC is back. M&C is back. It's back. It's back. And y'all already know.